What if I told you that the tension we see today between Israel and Iran may have roots that go back thousands of years in the Bible? Yes, long before modern politics existed, the Bible already mentioned the nations connected to this region. And interestingly, the Bible does not call Iran, Iran. Instead, it is called Persia. So what does the Bible say about Israel and Persia? Why are these nations important in biblical history? And could today's conflict be connected to ancient prophecy? In this video, we will explore the biblical origin of Israel, the rise of Persia, and what the Bible says about the future of these nations. Stay with me, because this story is both historical and prophetic. 1. The biblical origin of Israel. The story of Israel begins with one man, Abraham. In the book of Genesis, God made a covenant with Abraham. God promised him three things: a great nation, many descendants, and a land that would belong to his people forever. That land later became known as Israel. Abraham's descendants became the Israelites. Though leaders like Moses, they were delivered from slavery in Egypt. Later, kings like David and Solomon ruled over the nation. Israel became a powerful kingdom. But because of disobedience, the nation was eventually conquered and the people were scattered. 2. Persia in the Bible, modern Iran. Modern Iran was known in ancient times as Persia. Persia appears many times in the Bible. One of the most famous Persian kings was Cyrus the Great. Remarkably, the Bible says God used Cyrus to help the Jewish people. After the Jews were taken captive to Babylon, Cyrus allowed them to return to Jerusalem and rebuild the temple. This story is recorded in the Book of Ezra. So at that time, Persia actually helped Israel. Another famous Bible story connected to Persia is the story of Esther, who became queen in the Persian Empire and saved the Jewish people from destruction. This shows that historically the relationship between Persia and Israel was not always hostile. 3. Biblical prophecy about the end times. The Bible also speaks about future conflicts involving Israel. One important prophecy appears in the Book of Ezekiel, especially in chapters 38 and 39. This prophecy describes a future war involving many nations coming against Israel. One of the nations mentioned is Persia. Today, Persia corresponds largely to modern Iran. Because of this, many Bible scholars believe Iran may play an important role in events surrounding Israel in the last days. Another prophecy appears in the book of Daniel, which speaks about powerful kingdoms rising and falling in the Middle East. These prophecies have caused many believers to watch events in the region very closely. 4. Why the tension exists today. Today, the conflict between Israel and Iran is influenced by politics, security concerns, and regional power struggles. But for many believers, the deeper question is whether these events connect with biblical prophecy. Israel sees Iran as a threat because of its military power and alliances with groups that oppose Israel. At the same time, Iran strongly opposes the existence of Israel as a state. Because of this tension, both nations are constantly preparing for possible conflict. For Christians who study prophecy, these developments are a reminder that the Bible said Israel would remain a key nation in world events. 5. What believers should remember. While wars and conflicts may happen, the Bible encourages believers not to live in fear. Jesus spoke about wars and rumors of wars as signs of the times, but he also reminded his followers to stay faithful and trust in God's plan. The Bible teaches that God still has a purpose for Israel and for the nations of the world, and no matter what happens in history, God remains in control. The story of Israel and Iran is not only political. It is also deeply connected to history and the Bible. Ancient Persia once helped the Jewish people return to their homeland, yet today the two nations stand on opposite sides of a dangerous conflict. For many believers, these events remind us that the Bible's prophecies continue to shape how we understand the world. If you enjoyed this video and want more biblical explanations about world events, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share this message with someone who loves Bible prophecy. And tell me in the comments, do you think today's events are connected to biblical prophecy? Thank you for watching, and God bless you.